You broke a bone, maybe a wrist, an ankle, a finger. You got the X-ray, you got the cast, and then the doctor said the hard part, now you wait. 6 weeks, maybe 8, maybe more. 6 weeks, a cut on your skin closes over in a week or 2. So why does a bone, the strongest material in your whole body, take months, sometimes longer, to put itself back together? Here is the first surprise. Your body is not gluing the pieces back. It is doing something far stranger and far more impressive. It is rebuilding the bone from the inside out. We picture bones as dry, white, dead sticks. The thing in a museum. The thing in a cartoon. But a living bone is the opposite. It is wet, warm, and completely alive. It is packed with blood vessels, nerves, and busy living cells that build and repair it every single day. Your skeleton is not a frame you were handed at birth. It is a living tissue that is quietly remodeling itself for your entire life. And when it breaks, that crew goes to work. So, a bone snaps. What happens next is a construction project with 4 phases, and your body runs it automatically. First, within minutes, blood floods the break and forms a clot, like a scab, but deep inside, that clot is not a mess. It is the scaffolding the whole repair will be built on. Then, over the next couple of weeks, your body builds a soft bridge across the gap, out of collagen and cartilage. Surgeons call it a callus. At this point, the bone is held together, but it is soft and bendy, like a green twig. Next, over weeks to months, that soft bridge slowly turns to hard bone. Your cells lay down fresh mineral, calcium and phosphate, and the bendy callus hardens into the real thing. And the final phase is the slowest of all. For months, sometimes years, your bone keeps quietly reshaping the repair, sculpting that lump back down into the clean, strong, original shape. For a while, you can actually feel this happening. A healing break often leaves a small bump under the skin, a ridge of extra bone the body laid down to be safe. And then, slowly, over many months, it files that very bump back down, smoothing the bone like nothing ever happened. So that is why it takes so long. You are not waiting for glue to dry. You are waiting for your body to grow an entirely new piece of living bone, cell by cell. And it has to be slow. It has to grow new blood vessels into the repair, convert soft tissue into hard mineral, and get the strength exactly right. Rush it, and it would heal weak. Now, here is something most people never learn. Some bones heal beautifully, and a few bones are notorious for healing slowly or sometimes not at all. The difference comes down to one thing: blood supply. Healing needs blood, because blood carries the cells and the building material. A bone with rich blood flow heals fast. A bone starved of blood struggles. There is a small boat-shaped bone in your wrist called the scaphoid. Its blood supply enters from just one end. Break it in the wrong spot, and part of that bone can be left with almost no blood at all. Cut off from blood, that fragment can simply fail to heal, or slowly fade. It is why a scaphoid fracture, a break in that one small bone, can sometimes be the trickiest one a hand surgeon deals with, even when it looks minor on the surface. So why the cast? Why hold it so still for so long? Because in those early weeks, the bridge your body is building is fragile. Move the pieces too much and you snap that soft callus over and over, and the repair never finishes. Stillness gives it a chance to set. But here is the twist. A bone does not actually want to be left totally alone forever. Bone is alive, remember? And living bone gets stronger when you use it. Gentle, controlled stress, like carefully starting to walk again, actually tells the bone to build itself back tougher. It is a rule of the body: load it and it grows. Ignore it and it fades. It is the same reason astronauts in zero gravity lose bone. With no weight pulling on them, their skeletons quietly give the material back. Your bones are listening to how you live. Some things change the timeline a lot. If you are young, your bones heal remarkably fast. A child can knit a break in half the time an adult does. In fact, a young bone is so flexible it sometimes bends instead of snapping clean through, the way a fresh green twig folds without breaking. Doctors even have a name for it: a greenstick fracture. As you age, your bones get harder and more brittle, and they snap more cleanly. And some things quietly sabotage it. Smoking is one of the worst. It chokes the very blood supply the bone is depending on. Poor nutrition and certain illnesses slow it too. Which is why healing well is not just about resting. It is about giving the repair crew good blood flow, good fuel, and time. Your body does the building. You set the conditions. And here is the part that genuinely amazes me even after all of this. When your skin gets a deep cut, it heals with a scar, a patch of different, weaker tissue that stays with you for life. And your bone makes a scar too. That callus, that bridge it built across the break, is the bone's version of a scar. But here is what almost nothing else in your body can do. Bone does not keep its scar. Over the months that follow, it remodels that callus away, quietly tearing down the rough repair and rebuilding true, organized bone in its place. Given enough time, the lump smooths out and the break can become almost impossible to find, often nearly as strong as the day before it happened. The scar does not stay. The bone rebuilds itself back to the real thing. So the next time you, or someone you love, is stuck waiting out a cast, feeling like nothing is happening in there, know this: something incredible is happening. Cell by cell, a living bone is rebuilding itself from the inside out. The slow way, the right way. It is not broken, it is busy. This was my curious body. Your body is doing 1,000 strange, brilliant things right now. Stick around, and we will keep figuring out why.